Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm turning some scraps into embellishments. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm so excited to be joining again with Ginger on this scrapbook hop. This is Scraps to Embellishments. We did it last year. This year it's going to look a little bit different, but I'm super excited to be part of it again. Scraps to Embellishments is a year-long hop with Ginger from Ginger's Corner and some of her friends, where we take some scraps of paper like these ones here and create beautiful things with them, like this beautiful creation right here. And some of the people who participate in this YouTube hop are also going to be participating in the swaps, but some are not. So you don't have to be part of the swaps to be interested in what we're doing. The YouTube hop is really about how to take the scraps of paper that you have kicking around your craft room. And I know that a lot of us don't like to be wasteful, so we like to kind of hang on to the expensive cardstock and that sort of thing, but then what do we do with it? So that's what this hop is intended to help you out with. This particular one, I think they're going to be every 2 weeks, so every one will have a theme, and it's going to be different every time, so it'll be something a little bit different, and everybody's going to be creating a little bit different, so everybody does things a little bit different. This particular one is called Stamp, Stamp Cut. I didn't write it down. I did write it on here though. Stamp Color Cut Swap. So the Stamp Color Cut Swap is just what it sounds like. We're going to stamp some images, we're going to color them in, and then we're going to cut them out. So I have this Stamp and Die set here from Vicki Bouton's Bold and Bright that I haven't really done very much with, so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to pull it out and get it used. We don't like to have those things just sitting around, right? So that's pretty exciting. So this particular swap is going to be posted on January 15th, so tomorrow, and then they need to be posted in the mail, like sent out to your captain by January the 24th, 2025. So hopefully some of the people who haven't joined in with us will. We are really looking forward to having more people join us. We now have swaps in addition to the ones in the United States, which is where Ginger is from. We also have swaps here in Canada. We have them in parts of the UK and also over in Australia and New Zealand. So I hope that if this is something that interests you and sounds like fun, that you will join in with us, and we can talk a little bit more about how that works while we're creating. So this is the Stamp and Die set I used to make this. Now in hindsight, I think I'm going to leave the butterfly off of it, so this is probably going to be the one that I keep, but I think I'm going to leave the butterfly off so that if somebody wants to place the butterfly a little bit differently than what I did, they can. Because that's just a personal preference, I think. But this is like with white glue, so it's not coming off anytime soon. So that is, I'm just going to set my sample piece up here. I chose some colors to start, so that's where we're going to start, is to stamp with the colors, because these are kind of like full filled in stamps, as you can see. So they kind of fill in the whole flower. So I'm going to start with that. I'm just going to grab my stamp. What is this called? My Misty, my stamp platform. And I use a stamp platform because I don't like to keep a whole bunch of different kinds of inks. And so I find with the distress inks, I have to stamp over and over again. And so the Misty just helps me to be able to do that without making a big mess. So at first I pulled out this tiny little bundle of white cardstock and thought I could probably get a lot of this used up for this swap, which I'm excited about. But I realized that a lot of them were not going to fit my leaf piece. So then I grabbed this other stack over here. So I'm just going to make one on camera. I am going to make 8 for the swap. So we do have, 8 people per team. That's what I was trying to go with. And they are assigned after you sign up on the Facebook page. They are assigned by your by Ginger, and then you have a captain that you work with, and you send all your things to her, and you send 8 of the same thing to her, and then she sends you back 8 different things that your teammates made for you. Another, yeah, I do. There we go. So I'm just gonna tack those down. Maybe I'll use the bar one on this. That's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna pick those up with the top part of my stamp platform, and then I'm going to ink them. So the butterfly I did in black ink because I wanted it to be the outside edge. I'm going to ink that up. And then I did the biggest flower I did in this worn lipstick color. So do that. And then do the other one in Kitsch Flamingo. And then I'm going to use my, I don't know what this is called. The other ones I've seen a lot of people use kind of look almost like an air hockey table. I don't know. You know. Not the puck. Keep wanting to call it the puck, but it's not the puck. It's like the little thing that you use to push the air hockey puck around the table. So, Kitsch Flamingo here. And see how my images are really imperfect? That's partly user error. I don't stamp very often, so I'm not really as talented as some people that I see just like their first go at it. They just make the best impression ever. That's not me. So I love my stamp platform because it allows me to like re-stamp like this and not make a big disaster of things. Sorry, this is going to shake the camera, but it's my process and that's what we're here to see, right? So my black one I feel like is finished, but I feel like my pink ones are missing a little bit on those edges. So I'm just going to do one more on both of them. And I'll really focus on pressing down on those outside edges of that. And it doesn't hurt to lay that stamp, that butterfly stamp down again. I just didn't need to re-ink it. Okay, well I like that better. So I think that's good. So I'm going to remove these first. And then I'll set those aside. And then I need a longer strip so that I can put the leaf on. Is this one going to be wide enough? Oh yeah. And then another little one for my other small flower. Can I fit another small flower on this one, I wonder? Let's see. Where's my stamp chamois? I'm going to clean those off. So yeah, when we mail out our swaps now, we've changed it up a little bit. So it's not going to be where everything has to be flat. It's expected that everything has a minimum of 2 layers. So I feel like it's really going to be, and we have a little bit more time too. It's more than a week. So like I said, this one goes up on the 15th and then it doesn't have to be sent until the 24th. And so you have like more than a week to get that ready. We're done with that one. And this one I think is stained. So, we're done with that one for this. Now let's see if this one will fit. Will it fit? Not really. Okay. Trying too hard. Okay. Get another piece. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get those pieces back down on there. Those magnets, they hold everything in place for me. I'm gonna pick up my stamps. There we go. And for this little flower, I am going to switch over to this very old ink that I've had forever that just seems to keep its pigment. It's called Colorbox Pigment Archival Raspberry. So, all right. And it's just one that I've had for a really long time. It was one of, like, I don't know, early on. It was given to me, and I didn't use pink a whole lot when my family was growing because mostly they were boys. And so even on our big family things, I did tend to, and I tend to lean more towards masculine colors too, so just my personal preference. But so I think it just didn't get used a lot, but it still has all its pigment, so I keep using it until it doesn't work anymore, I guess. Okay. I'm going to stick my elbow in that green if I leave it there. Bad idea. Poor choices. There we go. Okay. And then again. So you get the idea. I'll probably cut some of this out because you don't need to watch me stamp every single piece. I am going to do 2 leaves though, so I have more stamping to do. But, okay, so I think I'm finished with the stamping part of this, so we can move on to the coloring part. Stamp, color, cut, right? So I'm just going to remove these from the stamping platform and set that aside. And then I'm going to cover up my inks because where's the lid to this one? Okay, so next up, so as you can see in my sample, the leaves didn't take any, I didn't do any coloring on the leaves, but as you can see, the flowers are different. So I did color in those center pieces with the yellow and the turquoise. So I'm going to do that. And then also the butterfly, I colored in as well. Okay, so that's the color part that's going to come into effect here. And for the coloring, I only used 2 markers. I used these 2 tri-blend markers. I don't know if it will focus on that, but yeah, there you go. Yellow gold blend and green turquoise blend are the 2 colors that I used, and each of them has a light, medium, and dark on these tri-blends. And like I said, I don't do the stamping and coloring and all that very often, so mine have been lasting me a really long time. I'm sure if you did it more often it wouldn't, but the idea is that these blend really nicely together, but for my purposes today, I picked them because I have a light, medium, and dark flower, and then I did the centers light, medium, and dark as well, and then I did the little parts of the butterfly in the 3 different yellows, so I felt like it turned out really cute. So I'm going to start with the flowers, and I'm going to start with the, how did I do this? I think I did yellow first and then the blue. So light, I'm going to go into my lightest flower, and I'm going to do the centerpiece with the light color. And then I'm going to take the medium color and I'm going to go into my centerpiece with my medium. Or no, this is my medium, sorry. It's okay, it'll cover up. And then I just did this centerpiece. And I wasn't too terribly particular with it. I just wanted it to be colored in. And then the dark one. And I'll do both of these. One of these is going to go for the next embellishment, but like I said, in my next like after I turn the camera off, I'll do it in bundles, right? Because I just didn't want to waste that paper. And I had to stamp that green anyways. So there we go. And then I have my green turquoise, and I'm going to do the same thing. So light. And then for my dark flower, I will do the same thing there. I will take the dark part of the color of the marker and I will put color in these center pieces. Who else finds coloring super relaxing? I love coloring. I thought it was really cute at Christmas time. My youngest son's girlfriend came and she brought herself a coloring book and a box of crayons. And it was like a Christmas coloring book. I thought that was so sweet. She's like, it just helps me feel relaxed. Which I suppose everybody needs to feel when they're at their in-laws' house. I don't know. Okay, so now we've done the stamping, the coloring. Next we need to do the cutting. So we're going to move all of the inks out of the way, markers out of the way. I'm going to move the scraps because we're kind of done with that part too for now. And I'm going to actually move my stamps because this thing takes up some space. And we are going to cut. I don't do this sort of thing on camera very often, but I figured I should show you the process, right? And so we're going to leave that there as our sample and get that out of the way. And we have our stamped images here. So we need to get these through the machine. So this is the bottom piece. I don't want to push it in there. Okay, so I need a leaf. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab some, I have like kind of like stencil tape that I've previously used, just stuck kind of under my desk. You know how like kids used to stick bubble gum under the desk at school? It's kind of like that, but it's tape. And it's because I don't like to throw it away when there's still tack on it, because I can use it for stuff like this or for like holding my stencil still, you know, that sort of thing. So I keep that low tack tape, the bits kind of stuck under my desk, and they don't bother me because they're kind of under there, right? Cannot find the way that this goes. Okay, so this is, but it's there for me. Oh, it's because I have it upside down. Silly girl. So yeah, I keep those pieces of low tack tape stuck under my desk so that I'm not wasting it, like throwing it away every time. And it just, you know, tape is not the thing I want to spend my scrappy budget on, so I feel like this is just a way that allows me to reuse it. And I actually ran out of the purple tape, but I still have a bunch of pieces stuck under my desk. So I'm still using it, even though the roll is finished. Okay, so this is going to go through, and I usually pass it through a few times. Let's see. Did it come? Yeah, it looks good. Okay. So, and there's my leaf. And my other leaf needs to go through the machine as well. Oh my goodness, English is hard apparently. There we have it. So run that through. Sheen back aside, and There's my other one. And my last flower. There we go. And then I'm just going to set this one with my stamp so I remember I have it when I go to use it. And this is the dies. Go over there as well. And then tape. Okay, so this is my sample. This is what I have, and I'm going to show you just how I quickly put these together to make this beautiful embellishment. And no two of them will look exactly alike because I'm not ever going to do the exact repeat of like the same, but they're going to all look very similar. But I'm not a machine, so like the leaves are going to stagger differently, they're going to stamp differently, but they'll all be the same sort of idea. So I think the way I did this was I saw how I wanted them, then I glued, like this one didn't stamp perfectly. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, that's the part that I'm going to cover up because it didn't stamp perfectly. And then I'm going to put this one, actually I think I'll put the glue on here because it'll be easier to know where to not put it so it's not all over my mat. And there we go. So now I have my little flower clusters finished and my leaves are glued together. Now on the back side of here, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue and then I'm going to stick my leaves right there so that they come out of there. And then, you know what I didn't do with you guys is I didn't color my butterflies. So I'm going to show you how easy this is with a black outline. So all I did was I took the dark side and I just went right over top. I didn't color in each one of those teeny tiny things because the marker doesn't show up on top of the black. So I just can kind of graze over those. And then I did a little bit along the body here just to make kind of a shadow. And then I took the, what did I do next? I think I did the light one next. And I went in and pulled that, and see how it kind of blends together as you pull it away, pull the ink away from that centerpiece. And that way it just gives it a little bit of a shadow near the body. So that's all there is to that. And then I did my medium. There we go. And I did the medium in these like longer ones along here and then along up here for a lot of this top wing part. And then these longer ones here. And then for a lot of this part too, I did just the medium. But see how I'm not like fussing about the very inside of each one of these little pieces? I'm just kind of going over the top of it. So it's not as like daunting as it may appear when you first look at the butterfly. Another thing I like to do with these butterflies is I like to do them on like a patterned paper that I think is ugly because it always comes out pretty as a butterfly. So there we go. And like I said, I think I'm going to leave these separately because somebody might want to put the butterfly here or like off of there. Who knows, right? So I think for when I'm sending them out, I think I'm just going to leave them separate. And then the last step, because I am participating in the swap, is to put my name on the back. And I also like to write the name of the swap. And again, I have to check it because I can't remember exactly what it was called. It says stamp, color, cut, and then it is 2025, and then I put my name. And that's how the person who's using it will know also that it was Nadine. If I'm going to do this separately, I'll have to put my name on there too. So there we have it. So this is the embellishment that I am making for the Stamp Color Cut swap for January. It will be posted on January 15th, 2025, and you need to send it out by the 24th if you're participating. If not, I hope that you were inspired to use some of your white scraps with your stamps, because I have been really using up the white scraps. I don't know if I still have a set. I know I kept a set, but I also, the first swap of the year, I didn't get around to making a video for it, but we had, it was whiteout, it was called, and so like I used white on white for that one, so I also used up a bunch of my white scraps for this one too, which turned out really fun. So using up those white scraps is making my heart happy, because when I went through the drawer there were quite a few smaller scraps that I had just been kind of ignoring. So thank you for hanging out with me today. I think that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. I hope you all have a great day. Bye for now.